and demons, this is Nurse Hatchet, she-wolf of the Wolf Pack.
The horror genre is a great expanse. Let us explore it. I've spent years as a podcaster building my reputation, interviewing people in horror, and discussing both films and literary horror. Join the exploration and let us celebrate the horror genre. I'm William Pattison, and this is
Bloodbath Beyond Podcast.
Wow. That's an intro.
Yes, it is.
Gore and Scares, everybody, and welcome to this month's Bloodbath Beyond podcast. I'm your host, William Pattison, king of splatterpunk and author of the Camp Crystal Lake novels. And tonight we're going to have a wonderful movie discussion. I do have to say that. It's a movie that I don't think a lot of people know about. And it's a shame because it's a rather unique film. But before we get into that, it is time for us to ride the hell gondola into Clown World. For my rant. If you don't want to listen to it, jump ahead to the movie discussion, but I am definitely going to speak on this. Okay, what is it with Hollywood? When was it that they decided, to stop entertaining audiences and rather cater to a small minority of mouthy assholes to put out the message? Seriously. And where's the business savvy about that? I mean, seriously, all these studios, because of their woke content, are basically hemorrhaging money and getting nowhere and pissing off fans. What the fuck is it with these people? Why is it that they don't get the message that people don't like this shit and we want storytelling and not politics in our movies? We want good, solid characters, not woke stereotypes and having iconic characters have their genders or race changed. Give me a fucking break, people. You know, this needs to stop. People need to fucking get a clue because it's become ridiculous. I mean, seriously, think about it, people. Just recently, this whole bullshit with Mindy Kaling changing Velma to an Indian girl and changing Shaggy to Norville and all this crap that she's done. The fact is that cartoon Velma is a disaster. Nobody likes it. Even the woke assholes don't like it, people. It fucking amazes me. And, it's like she just slapped at the face of an entire generation. The people who grew up loving Scooby-Doo. What the fuck, people? And if that isn't bad enough, Warner Bros. Goes and gives James Gunn the keys to DC, making him in charge of the DC movie and television division. And what does this jackass do? Does he give the people what they want? Does he sit there and go, oh yeah, I want to do good for the fans of DC? No fucking way. No, he goes out on his own little tangent and god damn, this lineup that he just threw out there. Seriously, do we need another Superman origin film? No, we don't. Does anyone really want Batman the Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne as Robin? Fucking A, people. Half the people don't even know who fucking Damian Wayne is. I do. I know that he's the son of Batman and the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. But not a lot of people know that. And what you're going to be stuck with is them spending 2/3 of the fucking movie explaining Damian Wayne to the audience. And why do we need that? We don't. And nothing for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's, been kicked to the side. Henry Cavill's been kicked out. Fucking asshole James Gunn. What are we getting for this? Creature Commandos. Yeah, right. Booster Gold. Oh my fucking god, give me a fucking break. And just stuff that we don't even, people weren't even interested in. Yes, he's nice enough that he's going to allow the Joker 2 and the Batman 2 and that. Thank you. And he's going to do a Swamp Thing movie. Okay. That's about the only thing I find really interesting. But what I just heard today is that motherfucker is canceling the Constantine sequel. Yeah, we're not getting Constantine 2. I wasn't fully happy about it because it's Keanu Reeves' Constantine, the American Constantine, rather than the British Constantine, which should be. But I was willing to go for it because I semi enjoyed the original Constantine movie. So, anyways, yeah, they canceled Constantine yet again. They fucked over Constantine. What is it with these people and their hatred of John Constantine? I don't know. One of my favorite comic book characters, and they keep fucking him over. What the fuck, people? That pisses me off. What is it with Hollywood and that? Hey, what's wrong? What's the fucks with independence too? Oh yes, I'm going to talk about this, people. Yes, indeed. We're going to real clown world now. Because as some of the people in the know in the horror community know that Jen and Sylvia Soska have put out their new movie. After they did such a wonderful job on their homage to David Cronenberg, Rabid. What are they going to do? Are they going to outdo themselves? Are they going to give us, are they going to show that, oh yeah, we're going a good way. We spent 4 years on Rabid and we are now consummate professional filmmakers. No, they didn't. They have a new film out called something The Edge. I can't even remember the title of this thing, but basically this film is a 2-hour porno film. Seriously, I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny about this. Yeah, it's about a guy who goes to a dominatrix played by Jen Soska. And you spend most of the film watching her beat him, stick his face in a toilet, and ram things up his bunghole. I'm not kidding, folks. I am not fucking kidding this. That's what this film is about. And what it was that dear old Jen and Sylvia, they were stuck in the pandemic, and they had no real support. I mean, seriously, I that's what I'm hearing about this. And they shot this thing in their apartment. They got the help of a porno actor to play the guy that Jen tortures. And I've heard the filmmaking on this thing is horrid. Absolutely fucking horrid. That the thing looks like they shot it on an iPhone, and the sound on this thing is horrid. And they threw in a bunch of music, which, knocks out what little dialogue there is in the film, which, basically I think the guy, from what I've heard, the guy says one line over and over again, stop, stop, stop. Oh, fuck. Anyways, and of course, the Soska supporters are doing the whole thing that they do when they have no confidence. They put up articles on this thing, but all they do, rather than giving a judgment on the piece, in regards to reviews, oh no, what they do is they simply put a synopsis of the story on there, and that's pretty much it. I'm serious. These are the horror magazines that are doing it. There were a few people who actually went to their premiere showing, which was at a convention, and these people gave it horrifying reviews, said that the sound was horrible, said that one person actually walked out halfway through it because they knew that they could find a better film elsewhere. Oh my God. So, shame on you, Jen and Sylvia. After you do an actual good film, after all the stinkers that you've had, you're supposed to actually try to outdo the film instead of going backwards. But the thing is that what this is telling me is basically that this is Jen and Sylvia on their own without having people holding their hands and stuff. So what you've got there is you've got actually Jen and Sylvia's actual film talents. Sorry to say that, Jen and Sylvia, but, that's what I'm seeing this. And, it's sad. It really is sad. Because you guys did such a good job on Rabid. You should have came out with, something actually halfway decent, but the thing is, COVID fucked you guys over, and, you guys have fucked yourselves over by, making enemies out of so many people that had once helped you. Oh well, that's the way the careers fall apart. Anyway, so that was my little rant for this month. I know it was a little bit shorter than that, and I'm going to get a lot of shit from Soska fans for saying this stuff, but fuck you. That's my answer to you on that. Anyway, so let's get to talking about something better, something that's actually something good. And that is our movie that I'm going to be discussing tonight, which is Shanks. I know probably a lot of you have never heard of this film. I know that I didn't know anything about this film until I accidentally saw it years ago, like in 1998, I was watching Showtime, and this film just happened to show up on their late night movie thing, and I didn't see the opening titles to it. I came into a few minutes late, but I started watching it, and it's like, whoa, this film's interesting. And I recognized the lead actor in it, Marcel Marceau. I knew that was the world famous mime, Marcel Marceau. And I was thoroughly thrilled by this film, and I kept trying to find it. I didn't know the title of it, and I just knew that it was Marcel Marceau and that it was a horror film. What I did not know at the time, I found out later on, about 3 years ago, when I managed to find a copy of Shanks. Yes, I found a copy of this thing. So I finally got to watch the first 10 minutes of the film. And I was amazed to find out that the film was directed by William Castle. William Castle, the guy who brought us House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, Mr. Sardonicus, all those great movies, The Tingler. Yeah. And amusingly enough, this film was William Castle's final directorial. And this was a collaboration between him and Marcel Marceau. Castle had come up with this idea for this unique, what he thought of as a zombie film. But, then he thought to bring in Marcel Marceau for it because he had seen him in a performance piece, and he thought, oh yeah, this guy would be perfect for this movie. So Marcel Marceau came in, and they ended up doing major changes to the script, and he improved the script immensely. And this is just an amazingly one of those few real original pieces. The film tells the story of Malcolm Shanks, who is a deaf-mute man who lives with his cruel sister and her husband, who delights making him miserable. His only real pleasure in life is that he makes puppets and he does puppet shows. But thanks to his skill as a puppeteer, he is offered a job as a lab assistant to an inventor named Dr. Walker, who is working on a way to reanimate dead bodies by inserting key, electrodes into key nerve points and manipulating these dead bodies like they were on strings. Unfortunately, the professor never gets a chance to see his work finished because he dies. But Shanks takes on the professor's work and he ends up perfecting it. And he manages to successfully reanimate a human body. But then he comes up with an idea to get revenge on those who have persecuted him. So he kills them and he makes them his slaves by hooking the electrodes into them and turning him into his little puppet slaves. Also, the story deals with the fact that he is in love with this girl from the village. And, he invites her to the professor's castle and demonstrates his skills with the dead people. Amusingly enough, the electrodes seem to keep the bodies from degenerating. So he had killed his sister and her husband, and he has them serving dinner. In the production, the sister and her husband are played by two other mimes. And they do a fantastic job the way that, their movements and stuff as the human puppets are amazing. And anyways, so what ends up happening is when he's having this big dinner for this girl that he's in love with, a gang shows up. And they're going to attack the castle where Shanks is and try to steal stuff. So what ends up happening is Shanks sends out a bunch of dead people to fight these guys. Yeah. So you have the gang members versus the reanimated puppet people. And oh my God, it was fantastic. It's a wonderful, well shot movie. I mean, it's one of the best shot movies that I've ever seen of William Castle's. It's not gloomy in that, which makes it more interesting because it's not done in a rather, it's not done in the dark, shadowy thing like a horror movie. But anyways, another interesting thing for this film was actually nominated for an Oscar for Best Music. because the original dramatic score was done by Alex North. But he lost out to Nino Rota and Carmine Coppola for the Godfather 2 thing. Alex North was actually nominated 15 times in a total without ever winning. He finally was awarded an honorary Oscar in 1986 for his score for Shanks. Shanks was his 12th Oscar nomination. And, amusingly enough, Alex North used parts of his rejected score for 2001 A Space Odyssey for the film. Interesting, huh? Yeah, a lot of this I'm getting from IMDb, but I mean, it's fascinating. And amusingly, this movie's marketing budget, you're going to be amazed, was greater than the production, according to an article published in the 5th of March 1974 edition of the show business trade paper The Hollywood Reporter. The piece stated that the promotional budget was more than US $500,000 or $500,000, while the latter had been less than $500,000. So the budget for the film was less than the promotional budget. Oh my God. Also, I just thought I'd mention, if you ever actually see the movie, that William Castle does one of his famous cameos. He appears in the film as the grocer. Another interesting thing about this film is that Marcel Marceau actually plays two parts in the film. And one, he plays Shanks, who is deaf and mute, so he doesn't speak. But the other character that he plays, he has lines. And, this was a great experience for Marcel Marceau, because he always ended up just doing cameos. He did his career basically as cameos. The only thing was that he did play a supporting part in Barbarella. But in fact, Shanks was his only starring role, which is a shame for a talent, like Marcel Marceau. Yeah. So anyways, Marcel Marceau, as I said, he plays Shank and he plays Dr. Walker. He plays both parts, and it's amazing how it's shot because you don't realize that it's the same person playing both parts, and there are scenes where they're together. And just amazingly done. But anyways, yeah, I mean, the idea of what they did in this movie was just incredible. I mean, I was blown away by Shanks. And, the production quality was magnificent. This wasn't a low budget film by any measure of the word. I mean, it's just beautifully done. The sets, everything are fantastic. And it's a shame that most people don't know about this film. It really is. It's a shame, and it's a shame that Marcel Marceau didn't get, as much credit as he deserved for doing this film, because it was outstanding. And, I'm just lucky to have found it. I mean, seriously, think about this. I remembered this film. I didn't know the title of it, but it kept in my mind until I ended up finding it a few years ago. Yeah, amazing. But anyways, yeah, so, if you can find this film, I definitely suggest you check it out, because Shanks is amazing. It's an amazing film, and I can highly recommend it. And, it's a rare horror film. I mean, I've seen zombie films. The closest thing that comes to what Shank did was a film that scared the crap out of me, which was One Dark Night. And that movie was about a guy with psychic powers, where he reanimates these dead bodies and has them floating around this crypt and scaring people to death. But, Shanks was so much more. And one thing that I really like about this is that it shows the talent of these other mimes as well, the ones that played Shank's sister and her husband, because they never really got any credit for anything. But this film, immortalizes their talents as mimes and that. So definitely something, to be appreciated. So anyways, that's what I've got on Shanks. Now it is time for our music break. I got a couple of yuck pieces for Valentine's Day, which is coming up. Yeah, right. I hope you enjoy it. Catch you in a few.
See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck fuck you and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Now ain't that some shit? And although that's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But the fuck you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess she's an Xbox and I'm more Atari. But the way you play your game ain't fair. I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just don't you know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go on and run tell your little boy free. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although that's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But fuck you. Now I know that I had to borrow, begging, stealing, lying, cheat, trying to keep you, trying to please ya. Just being in love with your ass ain't cheap. Nah, I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just don't you know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Ooh, I really hate your ass right now. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Now ain't that some shit? And although that's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But fuck you. Now baby, 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 why you wanna hurt me so bad? So bad, so bad, so bad. I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad. Yeah, she did. And I was like, why? Why, baby? I love you. I still love you. I see you driving round town with a girl I love. Fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Now ain't that some shit? And although that's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But fuck you.
Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Let it rain. Let me talk to him. Come on.
So they have them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Them baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the strands. She turned around and gave that big booty a slam. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low.
I ain't never seen nothing that'll make me go this crazy all night spinning my dough. Had $1 million vibe in the body to go. Them birthday cakes, they stole the show. So sexual, she was flexible, professional, drinking Xano. Hold up, wait a minute, do I see what I think I will? Did a thing I seen, sure they get low. Ain't the same when it's up that close. Make it rain, I'm making it snow. Work the pole, I got the bang bro. I'ma say that I prefer them no clothes. I'm into that, I love women exposed. She threw it back at me, I gave her move. Cash ain't a problem, I know where it goes. She had them
apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Them baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the strands. Turned around and gave that big booty a slam.
sexy grown. Put tone on the rocks that'll make you moan. One step, come on. Two steps, come on. Three steps, come on. Now that's $3 grand. What you think I'm playing? Baby girl, I'm the man. I did a rubber band. That's when I told her legs on my shoulder. I knew it was over. That Henny and Cola got me like a soldier. She ready for Rover. I couldn't control her. So lucky on me, I was just like a clover. Shorty was hot like a toaster. Sorry, but I had to fold her like a pornography poster. She showed her apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Them baggy sweating pants and the Reeboks with the straps. Turn around and gave that big booty a smash. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Yeah, she was worth the money. The mama took my cash, and I ain't want it back. The way she bent that back, got her them paper stacks, tattoo above her crack. I had to handle that. I was on it, sexy woman, kept me showing and made me want it. 2 in the morning, I'm zoning, and them rose bottles foaming. She wouldn't stop, made it drop. Jordan did that pop and lock. Had to break her off that guap. Yeah, I was fine just like my Glock. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Them baggy sweating pants and the Reeboks with the straps. Turned around and gave that big booty a smash. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low. Come on.
Thank you for calling USA Prime Credit. My name Peggy.
Peggy. Yes, I'd like to redeem my reward points for a gift card.
Tell points, please.
250,000.
Calculating.
Ooh.
Answer 550.
$550?
$5.50 minus redeeming charge leave you 50 cents.
Say what?
Happy time.
What kind of program is this?
Want better rewards? Switch to Discover, America's #1 cash rewards program. It pays to discover.
USA Prime Credit, tell Peggy your problem.
Hey, Peggy, I got 5 dadgum charges here for Miss Priss's Cat Emporium.
Dadgum?
Now, Peggy, tell me, does I sound like a man who'd have 5 dadgum charges at a Miss Priss's Cat Emporium?
You break up. Call back next week.
I'm not too old to find you, son.
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover, ranked #1 in customer loyalty. It pays to discover.
Hello, my she devils and demons. This is Nurse Hatchet, she-wolf of the wolf pack.
Alrighty. That was our music break dedicated to Valentine's Day. Yep. Didn't that music break just scream Valentine's Day to you? Shows you how much I love Valentine's Day. Not. Alrighty, so now it is time for the segment that people love. I know you guys love it. It's our horror merch news. Alright. Roll over to Loudmouth Threads for a Critters 2 Critter Ball designed by Blake Austin. It comes on black t-shirts, natural colored t-shirts, and black hoodies. The black t-shirts are $27, the natural colored are $27, and the black hoodies are $60. Lover's Lane will be released on Blu-ray on April 25th via Arrow Video. Ian Shady designed the new cover art for the 1999 slasher. The original artwork is on the reverse side. Based on the Hook urban legend, John Stevens Ward's directs from a script by Jeff Miller, who did Deep Star 6, and Rory Veal. It stars Aaron J. Dean, Riley Smith, Sarah Lancaster, Anne Ferris in her feature debut. Lover's Lane has been newly restored in 2K from 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative with original lossless stereo audio. Widescreen and full screen presentations of the films is included. Special features, they have a whole bunch of special features on it. Alrighty, also from Loudmouth Threads, new design by Blake Austin. The Exorcist was on, and it got me thinking of you. Not only doubles as both The Exorcist and Scream, but it also perfectly timed for Valentine's Day. Isn't that special? T-shirts, $25, sweatshirts, $40, and hoodies, $50 are available. Oh boy, I'm just overwhelmed with joy. Love that you're in with Creepy Co's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, designed by Matt Durston. Priced at $35, it's available to pre-order for 1 week and will ship the week of March 9th. Fright Rags has released 5 long-sleeve shirts designed by Kyle Crawford. They have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, They Live, Jaws, The Evil Dead, and The Thing. They're $40 a piece. Alrighty. So, anyways. Alrighty, and finally, we have the Owlman from Lord of Tears will join Mezco Toys 112 collective line in October. Available to pre-order for $100. The figure stands 6.7 tall and features 27 points of articulation, 4 interchangeable hands, altar to Moloch, decapitated head, James Finley skull, 2 mansion keys, 6 feathers, 2 attached blood effects, and display pace with post are included. Alrighty, so that is our merch news on that. Next we have, of course, your other favorite, Shout Factory. For $34.99, you have the Slumber Party Massacre and Slumber Party Massacre 2 double feature. Yeah, that sounds good. So, anyways, alrighty, so. Put on your PJs and say your prayers. It's time for one nightmare of all-nighter with a double dose of slash-tastic cult classics. The Slumber Party Massacre and Slumber Party Massacre 2. In Slumber Party Massacre, Trish invites her high school baseball teammates over for a night they'll never forget or survive. When an unexpected guest crashes the party, an escaped psychopath with a portable power drill, and in the freaky follow-up, Slumber Party Massacre 2, Courtney is tormented by dreams of the infamous Driller Killer returned to wreak havoc, only to find that bad dreams really do come true when the murderous monster is reincarnated as an evil rocker. That's right, it has a Driller guitar. A guitar with a drill on the end. Bonus features for this. Number one, the Slumber Party Massacre. New 4K scan of the original camera negative for both films in Dolby Vision, HDR 10 compatible, 2.0 mono DTS, HD master audio, audio commentary with director Amy Holden Jones and actors Michael Villa and Deborah D. Lariso. Audio commentary with writer, director, producer Deborah Brooks, producer Don Daniel, and story editor Beverly Gray for Slumber Party Massacre 2. Number 2, Blu-ray, Slumber Party Massacre, 4K scan, original, negative, pretty much 2.0. Audio commentary with Amy Holden Jones and actors Michael Villa. Sleepless Nights, The Making of Slumber Party Massacre, interview with actor Riggs Kennedy, alternate title sequence, theatrical trailer, UK teaser trailer, and still gallery. Disc 3, Blu-ray, Slumber Party Massacre 2, 4K original camera, audio, audio commentary with director-producer Deborah Brooks and producer Don Daniel and story editor Beverly Gray. Slumber Party Massacre 2 unrated cut. Sleepless Nights Revisited, Slumber Massacre Slumber Party Massacre 2, theatrical trailer, video trailer, still gallery. Okay, next for $29.99 we have Razorback. Synopsis: a beautiful, brutal eco horror from Down Under. From Bloody Disgusting. Somewhere in the Australian outback, there is a creature that can rip a man in half and destroy a house in seconds. Razorback, a giant freak of nature that is 900 pounds of Tuscan muscle, which terrorizes an isolated community as violent and primitive as itself. The astounding debut from director Russell McKay, who did Highlander, is a furiously entertaining, adrenaline-pumping thriller that was beautifully shot by Academy Award-winning director of photography Dean Semier, who did the Road Warrior, and imbued with stunning special effects by Bob McCarran, who did The Matrix. Razorback is an Ozploitation classic that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Oh boy! Okay, this next one, Mr. Hyland would go nuts on it. Dr. Giggles. Because I know Mr. Hyland absolutely loves Dr. Giggles. This doctor's got a dead-side manner. No need for an appointment. Forget about your copay. Healthcare won't save you from Dr. Giggles. Larry Drake from Darkman plays the night-prowling surgical psychopath who wreaks havoc on the residents of a once peaceful town. From an old haunted house to a midway fun house, from unwanted house calls to the operating table, the doctor is in and insane. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. Now I know this one people are going to absolutely love. For $34.99, we got The Exorcist 3 Collector's Edition with exclusive poster. That's right. Experience William Peter Blatty's original vision of his novel Legion in this director's cut. For more than 15 years, Police Lieutenant Kinderman George C. Scott has been a friend to Father Damien Karras. Now, on the 50th anniversary of the exorcism that claimed Karras, the world is once again shattered when a boy is found decapitated and savagely crucified. A nightmare series of bizarre religious murders begin to happen. When a psychopath claiming to be the infamous Gemini killer admits responsibility for the murders, Kinderman is confronted by the horrifying truth he cannot begin to explain. The man knows everything that the true killer could possibly know. Only one problem. The Gemini killer died, years ago. The Exorcist 3 is author, filmmaker William P. Blatty's vision of what followed after The Exorcist, set in Legion, a director's cut of the film long thought lost. So yeah, all right. Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, and we got more. We got Dead Silence, the collector's edition with exclusive poster, $34.99. Alrighty. Scream You Die. Dare to unlock the deadly curse of Mary Shaw. Oh boy. From James Wan and Lee Wanell, the horror masters behind Saw, comes a thriller. Mary Shaw was hunted down and killed. The small town of Ravensfair has been haunted. Local wives brutally murdered, and a man returns home to unravel the terrifying legend of Mary Shaw. When you see her, you will never even scream. Sounds cool. Okay, so now they got for $39.99. You get the Dead Silence collector's edition plus 2 posters and a slip cover. That's not a bad deal. You know, usually with Scream Factory, they get, they throw a big old price on it, and it's usually just a few pieces of crap with it. So anyways, yeah, so you get 2 posters and you get a special slip cover for just, what is it, about $4 more. So not bad at all. Alrighty, so that is it for Scream Factory. Alrighty, so now it is time for me to do movie reviews. And I've got 3 movies for you. Interesting movies, I can say. Oh, sorry about the fact I've got really bad sinus issues tonight and been having to deal with that and, doing the show because I'm a little bit late getting this out. But anyways, all right. So, first movie that we are going to be talking about is, amusingly enough, and you're going to laugh your ass off, it's the supposed sequel to the Keanu Reeves movie 47 Ronin. But this film is a lower budget film. It takes place in modern times. And basically it's a popcorn samurai sword film that happened, samurai sword gangster film in modern times. Called Blade of the 47 Ronin. Here's a little synopsis. An evil witch named Yuri, whose ancestor was slain by one of the 47 Ronin, has serviced in modern-day Budapest, determined to have his revenge. Yuri seeks to complete and destroy all samurai by uniting both halves of the powerful Tengu blade. The prophecy claims that only a descendant of the original 47 Ronin can wield the blade and defeat this great evil. The samurai are shocked when Lord Shinshiro identifies a streetwise New Yorker named Luna as the one who has been prophesied. He charges Ronin Ryo and his apprentice Oriyami with training Luna to be the hero they desperately need. With most of the samurai lords dead or missing, and a traitor among them, the remaining warriors must summon all their skills as martial arts masters to combat Yuri's mystic magic and fulfill their destiny. Yeah. I do have to say I actually enjoyed this film. Not as a sequel to 47 Ronin. Not at all. Not at all. This is a totally different. This is on a totally different level. Let me just put it that way. Totally different level. God. This is a popcorn film. The only actor that I actually recognized was the guy that played in the Crow television series and played the Indian in Brotherhood of the Wolf. Yes, I know that's amazing. But yeah, he's in it. He's Lord Shinshiro. Amazing. Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed this. It's not fantastic. I wouldn't even consider it a real sequel to 47 Ronin. I'm sorry, but no fucking way. Anyways, interesting photography, nice little character work, but very low budget and stuff. I'll give it a 3.5 on the Oogie Boogie scale. That's about the best I can do for this one. But if you want to have a fun time with a little popcorn in that, this isn't a bad one. Just don't expect this to be a work of art, because it isn't. Alrighty, the next film I'm going to talk about is actually one that I was very impressed with. It's a science fiction film. Yes, I know, Mr. Hyland. It isn't a horror film. Well, tough shit. Neither was the last film that I reviewed. I don't care. No, I don't care. Okay. Anyways, this is a sci-fi film set in the 22nd century. Climate change has caused the planet to become uninhabitable, and humans live within man-made shelters, orbiting shelters. A war has taken place within the shelters, and the thing is that this war they use robots and stuff, and the thing is that this story is about this woman soldier named Young Ji. And she's an elite leader of the Allied forces. She's a hero. She is the favorite of the people. And anyways, what happened is that on her last mission, she failed and was killed, and it caused the war to go on longer than was expected. Well, years later, the thing is that Youngji's family made a deal with the government. They wanted Youngji's brain copied and kept alive. The thing is, and put into a robotic body. Well, the thing is, the family couldn't afford it, so the government gave them an alternative. Well, we'll give her a free body, but her mind becomes property of the government, and we can use her brain for whatever we want. Well, anyways, years later, her daughter, which was the reason why Young Ji was fighting, was, so that she could pay for her daughter's cancer treatments. And so the thing is that, because of her sacrifice, her daughter was cured of cancer. But now her daughter is actually working on this project to create an android fighter based on her mother's brain. So yeah, they're planning on doing that, and in order to improve upon her mother, they have put this robot into simulations, of Youngji's final mission. And it's like every time they do it, they get to this one point in the simulation and the robot gets killed. Each time it fails. And so Youngji's daughter has to sit there and watch her mother die over and over and over again. And the thing is, at one point, she's like, I don't even know if my mother really truly loved me, if I was a burden on her. And the thing is that what ends up happening is she gets in contact with her mom's memories. And she finds out that her mother failed because what had happened is the little girl had given her this little doll as a good luck charm, and during the battle, Youngji lost the doll. And she was distracted at the important time, and that's how she got killed. was that because she loved her daughter so much and that, so what ends up happening is that the daughter decides that she needs to get her mom out of here. She needs to, free her mom's brain and let her get free. Because the thing is that the war's ending, the robot soldier thing, has basically failed. And they were deciding that they were going to use her mom's brain for a domestic slave bot and a sex bot. So she's trying to get her mom's brain out of there and save her from this horrible fate. Because she's had to sit there for years watching her mom die every day, and that it's But anyways, I found this film fascinating. This film had everything that I really wanted the live action Ghost in the Shell to have, and it didn't have. Also, this film reminds me quite a bit of my favorite of the Ghost in the Shell series, which was Ghost in the Shell Innocence, which is, just a fantastic film, anime about the fact that this company is putting the ghosts of living children into dolls that they're selling. And these kids don't want to be dolls. They're trapped and they're being copied over and over again, and it's killing them. So, anyways, it's an interesting comparison and very interesting film. If you ever get a chance, Young E. It's just new out. It's a Korean film. Fascinating. It's a slow burn film. It does have some, fight scenes in that, but not a lot. It's mostly about this mother and her daughter and their relationship. But I give this one a 4.0. This one is fantastic. I love it. Alrighty, so now we're coming to my final review, which is an independent film that probably most of you have not even heard of. And it's a shame. It's a small budget thriller that just blew me away. And it's called All Eyes. And what it's about is it's about this podcaster who does interviews with crazy people. And the thing is that what happens on one of his shows, one of the crazy people commits suicide on camera. So he gets thrown out from his host. His life's going downhill, and a friend of his tells him that, why don't you do something? He had this box that was Box of the Weird. It's all the letters that he got from crazy eccentric people that wanted to be on his show. Well, anyway, she finds him a letter that came from this farmer, and he said that his wife absolutely loves his show, and that the thing is that so this farmer is writing to the podcaster to have him come to his farm. Supposedly, the farmer claims that there is a monster living in the woods near his home, and he wants the podcaster to come and watch him kill the monster. So anyways, he decides, okay, well, I can do something with this. This guy's absolutely nuts. Yeah, well, gives me something to do. So he goes and he goes to this guy. This guy has got his farm set up with traps for the monster. So, it's dangerous. And he's got his house set up with traps too. And what ends up happening is that we find out that there actually is a monster. But what ends up happening is the farmer gets killed, and the podcaster is stuck in this house with booby traps all over the place. Things coming out of the walls, going after him, machine guns in the walls, all kinds of things, explosives, little killer bots and stuff. Oh my God! And he's trying to get away, and he's trying to get away from the monster that actually has arrived. And this monster supposedly has 1,000 eyes. And anyways, so this is great. I mean, it's a small film. It's two guys at this farm. The guy that plays the eccentric farmer is fantastic. He's well worth the price of admission. The podcaster guy does a fantastic job, and you're just entranced by this film. It's a small film. You guys wouldn't have heard about it. It wouldn't have been mentioned in Bloody Disgusting or anything. And I just happened to find it on Tubi TV, and I was blown away by this. It was great. And so on the Oogie Boogie scale, I give this one a 4.5, which tells you how much I loved it. It was like, wow, this is something. It's one of those times when you have a person who is just put so much love into a film, and people who worked on it put so much love into it, because this is a small film, but it's done so well. And oh my God, it's just fantastic. So if you get a chance, check out All Eyes. Alrighty, so anyways, that is it for this month's Bloodbath Beyond podcast. Be ready next month. I'm not going to tell you what film I'm going to be doing, but you're going to be thrilled about it. I want, that would be telling. But anyways, yeah, keep, definitely check out the Wolfpack Presents on locals.com. Yeah, we've got a new home there. So check out that. Check us out on Vimeo. We're all, we're still here, and we're going to stay here, and we're going to expand. So we got a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm bringing out some of the old classics from 11 years ago. So, be ready for some stuff like that appearing on Wolfpack Presents. Anyways, so, yeah, that's it. Be ready for next month for the cool movie I've got for you there. And as always, keep America strong. Watch horror films. Catch you later.
Catch me as I fall. See you're here and it's all over now. Speaking to the atmosphere.
Phoenix Comics+Toys. Hello, creeps. Get your one-of-a-kind custom horror host figurines. That's right, kiddies. Oh, you can find hosts like the Keymaster, Mummy and the Monkey. I just love that name. Mr. Lobo, or even Carlos Borloff's Monster Madhouse. Tell him your bony little friend, the Crypt Keeper, sent you. It won't get you a discount, but it might get you killed. Phoenix Comics+Toys.
It's Spooky Boo from Spooky Boo's Scary Story Time. Grab a glass of wine, a nice warm blanket, and a pair of headphones and listen to the spooky tales of the internet. Some of the stories I write, some are creepypasta, others are sent in by listeners. You'll enjoy falling asleep to these spooky, scary stories. Now get ready, and I'll see you in your nightmares.